often come across with sentences that have problems like this. I'm going to read them and give you the chance to identify them. The cats are very different from the dogs. The health is very important. I broke the arm. The people spend a lot of time at the work. The Mondays are my busiest days. Okay, did you notice anything strange? Please say you do, because all of these sentences have a mistake. The same mistake, actually. What happens is that many times Spanish speakers tend to use Spanish grammar with English words, and the result is Spanglish, a hybrid language, let's say, that mixes features of both languages. You can probably get by with Spanglish, meaning that other people will probably understand what you say, but chances are that you will sound a little bit funny or strange, and that may be totally okay with you. But if you are in a work or a business environment, chances are you don't want to sound funny or strange, right? You want to sound knowledgeable and confident. So if your goal is to speak good English, to speak English well, my advice is to stay away from Spanglish, try not to use it. In this video, I'm going to focus on only one of the things that Spanish speakers tend to do when speaking in English, and that is the overuse of the definite article de. So basically, what we're going to do today is see why this happens, what are the differences between English and Spanish, and also what you can do to fix this problem. Let's get started. Why it happens. Let's get one thing clear. The definite article de in English is the equivalent to the articles el, la, los, and las in Spanish. There are instances in which both the English article and the Spanish article are used in the same way. That is, the same rule applies in both languages. When talking about something in particular, something specific, el restaurante era muy elegante, pero la comida fue pésima. The restaurant was very elegant, but the food was terrible. When talking about something that is unique, la luna está hermosa hoy. The moon is beautiful today. In both languages, we use the definite article. Because the rules are the same in most cases, what happens is that learners many times tend to generalize these and use the Spanish rules all the time, and this results in a mistake. This is called, in language acquisition, it's called transference. It happens when the learner uses the structure of their own language to speak or write in English. So in other words, it means using the Spanish formula but with English words. And this can be made worse by something called fossilization. What is this? Well, again, in language acquisition, this refers to when someone makes the same mistake again and again and again until it becomes a habit. So you may know that when you learn something new, your neurons form a synapses. So there's like a bridge there between neurons. And when that happens, that bridge is really difficult to break. So if you've learned to say something the wrong way, it's going to take some time and effort to fix that problem. It's not impossible, but the earlier that you fix the mistake, the easier it is. So what's the difference in the use of the definite article de between English and Spanish? This video is by no means a comprehensive list of all the cases in which learners tend to overuse or misuse the definite article. I'm just going to show you the most important cases in which this happens. I'm going to show you some examples and give you some time to think about what the problem is. I want you to come up with the rules yourself. Let's see. Los gatos son muy diferentes de los perros. Cats are very different from dogs. Los italianos son famosos por sus buenas pastas. Italians are famous for their good pasta. Las bolsas de plástico están prohibidas. Plastic bags are forbidden. La gente no sabe qué hacer. People don't know what to do. So what's the rule here? In Spanish, we use the definite article before countable nouns that refer to all members of a class. We say los gatos, los italianos, las bolsas, la gente. But in English, we don't. We simply say cats, Italians, plastic bags, and people, for example. Let's have a look at another rule. La salud es muy importante. Health is very important. La naturaleza está sufriendo el maltrato de los humanos. Nature is suffering the mistreatment of humans. La sociedad está acostumbrada a recibir malas noticias. Society is used to receiving bad news. La confianza es esencial en una relación. Trust is essential in a relationship. So, what's the rule here? In Spanish, we use the definite article before uncountable nouns that refer to an idea in general. La salud, la naturaleza, la sociedad, la confianza. But in English, we don't. We simply say health, nature, society, and trust, for example. Let's see the next rule. Me quebré el brazo. I broke my arm. Me doblé el tobillo. I sprained my ankle. Me duele el cuello. My neck hurts. What's the rule here? What do you think? In Spanish, we use the definite article before parts of the body. El brazo, el tobillo, el cuello. But in English, we don't. We use possessive adjectives instead and say my arm, my ankle, my neck. Vivo en la calle Queen. I live on Queen Street. El supermercado está en la calle Albert. The supermarket is on Albert Street. So, what do you think the rule is? In Spanish, we use the article before the name of the street. La calle Queen. La calle Albert. But in English, we don't. We simply say on Queen Street, on Albert Street. Let's see the next one. Los niños aprenden a socializar en la escuela. Children learn to socialize at school. La gente pasa la mayor parte del tiempo en el trabajo. People spend most of their time at work. Hace 4 años que el criminal está en la cárcel. The criminal has been in jail for 4 years. Mi abuela va a la iglesia todos los domingos. My grandma goes to church every Sunday. Okay, what's the rule here? Any ideas? In Spanish, we use the definite article before nouns that refer to institutions. Not talking about the building here, but I'm talking about the idea of an institution. We say la escuela, el trabajo, la cárcel, la iglesia. But in English, we don't. We just say school, work, jail, church. And last but not least, los lunes son mis días más ocupados. Mondays are my busiest days. ¿Tenés disponibilidad el martes? Are you available on Tuesday? Tengo clases de inglés los miércoles. I have English classes on Wednesdays. What's the rule here? In Spanish, we use the definite article before the days of the week. We say los lunes, el martes, los miércoles. But in English, we don't. We simply say Mondays, on Tuesday, on Wednesdays. But we don't use the article here. What you can do to fix this problem. First, understand the origin of the problem, the source. It's probably transference and possibly also fossilization. Second, understand the difference in the usage of the article between English and Spanish. And finally, have someone to correct you, have a teacher to correct you so that you can detect this problem early on and you don't make it a habit, and also do exercises online. So I want to show you 3 websites where you can go to practice this. The first one is one of the British Council websites, and you will see that there's an explanation, and then after the explanation you have 3 activities that you can do. So learnenglish.britishcouncil.org. The next one is the other British Council website. This is for teens, but don't worry, even if you're not a teen, you can use it. The language is the same for everybody, no matter how old you are. So again, you have an explanation, and then you will find activities. At the bottom, you have 3. Yes, 3 activities. And this is another one, ESL lunch, and well, more of the same, more activities for you to practice. Again, these are just 3 examples, but go there, explore, and you will find plenty more. Well, I hope that now you can tell me what the problem is in these sentences. The cats are very different from the dogs. Cats are very different from dogs. The health is very important. Health is very important. I broke the arm. I broke my arm. The people spend a lot of time at the work. People spend a lot of time at work. And the last one, the Mondays are my busiest days. Mondays are my busiest days. You will probably think, oh, it's just an article, but it does make a difference. It truly does make a difference. So if you make this mistake, don't worry, you can fix it. Even if you have fossilized this problem, even if you've been making the same mistake again and again, and that is a habit of yours, if that's the case, it can take more time and more effort, but you can still do it. It is possible. All it takes is your determination and your willingness, like in everything else in life. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and see you next time. Bye!